Greetings, fellow space nerds, humans of Earth, and beyond. I'm Cornelius, back again with more Starfield shipbuilding. Today, I've got a double feature with build number 152 and 153, Remus and Romulus, twin GGP destroyers built to defend the ongoing construction of our very first open to the public star yard, New Roma Station. Shown here first is Remus with Romulus in tow. This post is, as the title says, an ASC Deimos mod showcase, because this mod has thrown a massive wrench in the best way in my shipbuilding plans. Here we see Romulus. When I first got this mod and started tinkering, I tried to fit a whole bunch of ideas into one ship, and it just was too much. It was overkill. So that's when the idea of doing a double feature kind of cropped up. This is probably the last double feature I'll do for at least a long time, because I definitely bit off a little bit more than I can chew, which is why this has taken me so much longer than I would have liked. However, we have reached the finish line, and this is a finished video, so there's that. I basically set this up as just two ship builds kind of smashed together. So we're going to go over exterior and interior of one, and then exterior and interior of the other, and then we will build them one after another. Of course, there will be chapters marked as always, so you can skip around however you like. Anyways, let's check out Remus. Yeah, these new ASC Deimos parts are such a wonderful addition to the shipbuilding catalog. The Wiz did it. Love that guy. I mean, the amount of time he put into this mod to make all these parts not only fit with current vanilla, but just to add so many new possibilities and variations. Yeah, definitely worth however much money it cost. I forget. It was like 4 or 5 shekels or something. Here with Remus, I knew I had to do some type of nacelle work. So this bird got nacelles. The angles that we can achieve now with these new parts, I mean, it just looks freaking good. Now, unfortunately, because of the size of the ships, I wasn't quite able to get all of the detail that I wanted, because the shipbuilder just slowed down to basically crashing every now and then, every time I tried to make an edit. So there are a couple areas of either of these ships that I wish I would have been able to finalize a bit more. This bow is not one of them. I love the way this came out. You'll see with both of these ships, I tried to keep a lot of same but different type of vibes. This midsection here with the negative space is one area that I wish I would have been able to touch up a little better. I would have blended this bad tech bay area a little better, but like I said, the issues with the shipbuilder and crashing, about 98% complete is unfortunately where we had to call it. Anyway, let's check out this interior. We enter into an Owltech 2x1 Docker hab. We've got a couple GGP marine suits. We've also got some engineer suits. And then this other back half of this hab is a small med station with a decontamination room as well as a extra bathroom. Of course, I added stuff and things here. Try to make it a bit more believable. These Owltech habs are already quite fantastically decorated, so I feel like just adding a little bit here and there really completes everything. And still in this same hab, we have a maintenance area back here. Of course, I just added a little bit too. And now we make our way towards the stern. This is our reactor hab, also from Owltech. Now off to the port side, we have our first habitation module. This is a Stroud Premium 3x1 all-in-one that I added a decent amount of changes to. Of course, they come pre-decorated, but I added some walls, some doors, some extra stuff and things, as I often do. You'll see I used two of the same habs, but I wanted to try and make them quite different. So here I added a private bunk. This is normally all open. As we continue aft, we have a seating area, some screens, and then here is a private bunk. This comes like this in this hab. I just added to the decorations on the inside. And then finally we have a couple more bunks, plenty of laundry area, and then another restroom. We make our way back through our reactor hab. This interior window area is another spot that I would have really loved to decorate more, but again, those issues with the shipbuilder and crashing, so maybe you'll have better luck decorating your interior window. And here's our other 3x1 Stroud Premium all-in-one. Now, seeing as they are the same habs, I definitely wanted to try to make them a bit different. So the galley areas are, you know, same, but different. I really do have to try to make things differently just because I've been doing things for so long in a certain way. So I have to try and focus on doing things differently on purpose. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Here's our extra private bunk again. Just try to decorate it a little bit differently than the other one. And continuing to the rear, we have that same mirrored laundry space. And another bathroom, of course. Now, opposite this bathroom, I did add a captain's quarters. This is a Stroud Premium 1x1 captain's quarters that I decorated. Making our way forward, of course, there's our docker. Now, from this 2x1 Owltech, we enter into a 1x1, another gear room. And I made this more of a continuation. Also built this gun rack here in the center. So this 1x1 and the 2x1 behind it kind of serve as the ship's armory slash gear room. And moving forward, we enter into Stroud Premium 2x2 battle stations. We've all seen this one. It already comes pretty awesome, so I just added a little bit here and there. I did add this bathroom right here because you can never have too many bathrooms. But most of the rest of this 2x2 is vanilla. And over to the port side, we have a Stroud Premium 2x1 computer core. And I added just a couple details here and there just to flesh it out totally. And finally, the bridge. This is the Kontiki bridge with the rear entry from the Varun Zev mod. I built out this middle section to give it just a bit more. Added some screens, some extra consoles. Quite happy with the way it came out. Of course, some cockpit shotties. And that's an interior of Remus. Now I think it's about time we check out Romulus. I love the level of verticality, if that's even a word, that this ASC Deimos mod brings to shipbuilding. I love when you know, just a mod just shows up out of nowhere that just gives us so many more possibilities. You know, I'm a shipbuilding addict, so anything that gives me more building possibilities is, well, yeah, it's right up my alley. I thought it would be pretty cool to do a buried bridge design, which is what we've got going on here with Romulus. I love the way the stern came out here. I kind of get the sense that both of these ships in their own ways are kind of fish-like almost, which it's not a bad thing. I love the bow on this one, just like on Remus. But this, I'm gonna say it again, verticality. It just works really well with the traditional space brick ship design themes that we've seen all through sci-fi. Again, we've got our missile launchers tucked in there. Yeah, it just came out great, in my humble opinion. We're also able to get a healthy amount of symmetry in some of these designs, which I'm a sucker for symmetry. Alright, let's check out the interior of Romulus. So we enter into another Owltech Docker hab. This is a 1x1. So we've just got guns and gear for a small contingent of GGP Marines. And we head forward into a Stroud Premium 2x1 crew dormitory. So we've got a whole bunch of bunks in here. And a restroom, of course. Didn't add a whole lot to this one because it comes quite well, I believe. Vanilla. Now heading aft, we enter into a 2x3 or 3x2. This is the Falkland all-in-one hab that we all know and love. I am very excited for the forthcoming update to this Falkland Systems mod. Should be soon, hopefully. Back here I added a dedicated coffee station, some more storage, there's hydroponics, and here we've got the workshop, I can't talk, workshop / armory section. Little interior window to one of our shield projectors. And continuing out into this hab, I put an extra fridge back here. More stores. Here's our med bay. Don't have to add much to this. It already comes pretty dang good. And continuing out into more crew quarters. And back here I added a Shroud Premium restroom hab. So we are covered on restrooms. Another interior window to our second Matilda shield booster. Now we will head forward. This is a 2-deck ship, so we'll head up to deck number 2. And here is a 1x1 Shroud Premium control station. Our docker is, of course, above that ladder. And heading aft, we have another Shroud Premium 2x2 battle stations. That, of course, I just added a little here and there, but as previously stated, it's already pretty dang good. And to starboard, we have a Shroud Premium computer core. And finally, we have our bridge. This is a Shroud Premium. This is the Viking Shroud Premium bridge. I added a good amount of stuff and things too. Since this is a varied bridge design, I added a good amount of screens to pilot the ship from, since we can't see outside. And of course, we've got cockpit shoddy, and that's an interior for Romulus. Alright, as usual, here's our mod list and load order. If the mod has a green check, then it is active, and if there's a thumbs up next to it, then it is featured in these builds. We're going to build one ship after the other here. I tried to make these two build guides pretty simple and straightforward, since the builds themselves really aren't, at least not in my opinion, super difficult. They're just on the larger sides. But of course, as always, if you guys have any questions at all during these build guides or anything else, drop it down in the comments. Here is the parts list for Remus, the first destroyer we'll be building. As you can see, it's actually not that many parts, so we'll be using a lot of repetitions here. Step 1, walkable spaces. This is the bridge, the bay, the docker, and of course, our habs. Step 2, this is going to be basically the ship's skeleton. From this sort of spine that we're going to build here, basically everything else attaches to. Now, both of these ships, to a degree, use a lot of spacers, so you could definitely have a much larger interior. For this specific ship, I wanted to keep all of the habs on one deck, so that's why I did not add any other habs. I wanted to keep things linear and pretty simple, but there's a lot of room in both of these builds to expand internally. Step 3. This is the stern bit of our ship skeleton. Just a small continuation of what we've done so far. I definitely wanted to make this interior section here, that interior window, more better. I could have added more Matilda armor pieces in there, more lights, more equipment pieces. But like I said already, this ship was really stressing the builder. Now, if you're on PC and you're not on an Xbox, kind of struggling a little bit sometimes like I am, you may be able to fit much more detail in here. But of course we're limited to the game as well as the hardware, so... Step 4, the bow. So we have a whole lot of mirroring on this build. So I've left the starboard section here of the bow intact for reference, since it is just a mirrored version of what we're about to build here for the port side. Now, firstly, you're going to want to take those 4 ASC Deimos spines out of the way so we can set up our missile launchers here. I'm just using equipment plates and the Gillibrand spacers to get them positioned properly, because for the look that I want, I just want the very front of the missile launcher to be exposed, like so. So you'll see once we get these ASC Deimos spines back in place, just the front of the missile launchers are poking out. Now, really, the main reason I added these Matilda parts here is just to add some hull numbers, because this ship I felt was just a little bit low on hull numbers. So you could definitely get away with not adding these parts if that's not a concern of yours. Step 5. This is a bit of the midsection superstructure. We're just going to be working our way to the stern here. Now again, since this is all mirrored, I've left the starboard side intact, and we're going to piece together the port side. Now, admittedly, fuel here was a bit of an afterthought for me, and this is just where I ended up hiding it. You, of course, can put fuel wherever. Step 6, more structural superstructure, working our way to the stern. Now this midsection here, again, is mirrored, and it is an area of the build where I wish I would have been able to just add a little bit more detail, specifically merging this bad tech bay in with those other parts a little bit better, but I still think it came out pretty decent. Step 7. We've made our way to the stern. Again, a whole lot of mirroring. So we are going to leave this starboard side intact and assemble the port side. We've also got some stern structural bits here, our radiators, and some of those fins. Now here's the one section where it's not exactly mirrored. So I moved the cargo in front here of that 3x1 shroud hab, and then over here the cargo is behind that 3x1, just to change up the interior a little bit. Step 8. We've got some dorsal and ventral Deimos spines to add here. We've also got these ASC Deimos fins to complete here at the stern. We've got some structural shield pieces, and that's about it. Here's one of our sensor domes. I really like using these structural shields or decorative shields all attached onto one of these TIG tiny squares. I think it makes a pretty good looking ray dome type piece. Step 9, our engine nacelles. Now the core of all 4 of these engines is identical. The only difference is the orientation of the ASC Deimos coverings, if you would, to make them look symmetrical. So this one Gillibrand spacer right here pretty much makes the design for the engine nacelles. So as long as we get that placed properly, everything else should come together pretty easily. And again, the assembly of the lower nacelle is exactly the same, except the orientation of these ASC Deimos plates is different. You have now completed Remus. Congratulations. It's time to build Romulus. We're gonna basically just run it back. Same thing as we did with Remus. Here we are with our parts list. A bit more smaller parts, per se, than Remus, but doable. Step 1, walkable spaces. This is the bridge, the bay, the docker, and of course, our habs. Step 2, our ship skeleton. Very similar to how we did with Remus. We're going to build out this spine, and the rest of the ship just sort of attaches to that. Step 3, the bow. You're going to see some similar design aspects here. It's exactly the same, basically, with the merged in missile launchers. And I used a couple other different techniques to get these forward ASC Deimos parts attached as well. But nothing too difficult. Now I did try to fit in a good amount of these Matilda armor plates throughout this build, especially on this bow section, just because it's kind of the perfect place for it. It's merged in there so you don't see them, and you're adding to those hull stats. You just got to be careful with minor fitment issues, like we see here. We just want to make sure that everything is lined up, and all of these ASC Deimos pieces are attached to those ASC Deimos spines instead of attached to the Matilda armor piece. Just a small nitpicky detail. Step 4. We're gonna just work our way rearward, adding a bit more of that armored hull plating. We also have the rest of our weapon setup for this bird. I really love the way some of these Varun Zev weapons look. These lasers, I think, look the most bestest. Stats-wise, they're decent for lasers, but I think I just went with the aesthetic more here than actual use, because we could have set up some better lasers, but these just look cool, you know? Step 5. Just going to be some more structural bits. Now, this section does mirror itself, so we've left the port side intact, and we're going to assemble the starboard pieces here. Step 6, continuing our way down to the stern. Since this is again mirroring port and starboard, we've left the port side intact for reference and time, of course. We're going to piece together the starboard side. Step 7. The first half of the stern. We are getting there. Now this is where we've got our reactor and grav drive tucked in. We've also got fuel storage right here attached to the grav drive. Step 8, the stern, part 2. We'll be tucking in our Matilija shield boosters here, and also adding the final part of the ship's skeleton, or the spine, using these ASC Deimos spine pieces. Step 9, our engines. This is a pretty straightforward setup with a little bit of merging, of course. Step 10, the stern, part 3. This is just where we'll be attaching the rest of these ASC Deimos bits. Now it is fully mirrored, so we've got our port side intact, and we'll be assembling starboard. And finally, step 11. This is just the last little Antares structural bits, dorsal and ventral, and our radome, of course. Congratulations, you've now completed Romulus. I hope this was pretty easy to follow, and I hope you enjoyed both of these birds. Stay tuned for final thoughts. If you made it this far, hell yeah. I think this is my longest video to date. If not, it's really close. I do apologize for it taking as long as it did. I definitely did bite off more than I could chew trying to do 2 large ship builds in one video. All that being said, I do very, very much enjoy the way these 2 birds came out. This mod is fantastic. Wiz, if you are watching this, or if you ever see this, dude, thank you so much. The amount of time and effort you put into this mod really shows. And any of you out there that, maybe you're not into paid mods, I get it. I think this is like $4, and for the amount of quality that we get, I think it's 100% worth it. So thanks again, Wiz, for doing this, and I look forward to the updates you've already mentioned. And hell yeah, the shipbuilding addiction continues. If you guys have anything to say, any questions, anything at all, just drop it down in the comments. I'm happy to be done with both of these. Learned a lot, and you will definitely see these ASC Deimos parts in future builds. Alright, I'm Cornelius. You can find me in Star Yard.